I, 21M, married an older woman, 40F, and regret it every day. I would leave but have a 10-year-old daughter that cannot be left with this woman. What to do? I am 33 now. I came here from Russia. My English not even decent, worked at an expensive hotel, and she was there often. She gave me lots of attention, and I loved it, even though I knew I was setting myself up for being a boy toy. I was broke and good looking. I wasn't some tough, muscular guy. I was slim and pretty, as my coworkers used to say. She said after a while that she wanted to get married and have a baby. I didn't want to bring a child into this mess, so I broke up. She didn't take it well. She emotionally pressured me, followed me around, and even tried to make it look like I stole something from her at work. I turned 22 4 days after the wedding. She kept my documents and wouldn't give them to me. She had control over everything. I used to cry in the bathroom. Now, when I look back, I realize I was just a kid. Our daughter came within a year. She is now 10. My wife doesn't allow me to have a say in her education. I was unfaithful several times, but she made it clear I will not see my daughter if I leave. My plan is to divorce as soon as my daughter turns 18. I feel like I am a horrible father. I talk with her only in my language, so she will have a useful skill for her future career, and my wife agrees with me on this at least. Plus, it creates a form of closeness. I must admit that during my 20s, I was sometimes happy. Easy life, no job. I left home for a few days, and she begs me to return, promises me everything I want, from cars to a flat. I don't want to return, but my daughter also wants me back and asks me these days on the phone if I don't love her. She's scared that I will leave, have another wife and kids, and because I will love that wife, then I will for sure love my kids with that wife more. I feel so guilty and bad. And she started asking questions about our age gap and marriage. Story number 2. My 28F fiance, 27M, called me extremely mean and told me to shut up on a road trip. Where do I go from here? We just moved in together last week, and he immediately wanted to jump into a 2-week-long road trip. Well, we're a week in, and I'm wondering if I should take a flight home. It started so stupid. We were listening to that song that says, "Amber is the color of your energy." And I jokingly told him his color. I said something nice and then asked what mine was. Just random road trip conversation. He told me mine was red because I'm extremely mean. This confused me as we hadn't been fighting at all, and I had said something nice. When I brought up why I was a little confused and unsettled by the comment, it led to him yelling at me to shut up multiple times. He dropped me off at a beach. I didn't want to get out of the vehicle because I had no service. He left me there and picked me back up an hour later, and we sat in silence until our next destination. We arrived, and he went to go bike off without me. I asked him if he's going to apologize. He told me no. Where's his apology? I ruined his entire day. He also told me I'm in a beautiful place and I'm so ungrateful, and that anything he does will never be enough for me. Mind you, I have never said a single word about the location and have no problems with the vacation spot of choice. The only issue I had initially was the extremely mean comment as it came from nowhere and took me off guard, which led to him yelling, "Shut up." We've been together 6 years, and it feels like we've reached a point with tons of resentment. It's like we love each other and there's history, but it feels empty. And the longer time goes, the more clouded it feels. He used to never call me names, but in recent months he's called me things like bitch, jackass, and more. I don't feel respected. I'll also say something serious, just trying to talk to him, and he'll mock the sentence and even mimic my tone. Now I'm sitting here in this beautiful location, and all I can think about is flying home and wondering if moving in was a huge mistake with the recent disrespect. I've uprooted my entire life to live with him, and we just signed a lease. If he was willing to talk and work on things, I would, but every time I mention something I'm having an issue with, I'm met with anger, and somehow it's always turned around on me. Shut up. I'm ungrateful. All I do is complain, yelling, and a huge fight. I don't have this issue with anyone else in my life, no other relationships, friendships, or with any family members. I don't and have never had this toxic of a dynamic with anybody else. And I'm left here wondering if I'm crazy, if I'm ungrateful, if I'm allowed to be concerned or say anything about off comments. Is it normal to just listen to a partner say, "You're extremely mean," or "shut up"? Maybe I'm too sensitive. I'm feeling so lost and can't do anything about it. He's left to go bike ride and said he doesn't want to talk to me the rest of today, as I've ruined his day. Comment: yes, you should fly home ASAP if possible. It would be great if he would return from his bike ride and find you gone. I'm a little worried about your safety if you announce to him that you are flying home. You are not crazy or ungrateful. He probably planned this, or at the very minimum thought he could get away with it because you are vulnerable being away from home. Plus, you just signed a lease and he was calling you names before that. But he's escalating now because he knows it's that much harder for you to leave. Abusive men almost never change because the behavior benefits them too much. It would be preferable if you can fly home, get home, pack up your things, either get some help moving or just take the minimum stuff. But be sure not to be there when he gets home. He hasn't escalated to physical harm. They don't always. My ex was just verbally hurtful. But for some reason, my instincts are on alert here. Maybe it's because of how he escalated when you are vulnerable and away from home. Do you have friends or family you can stay with? You might want to call a domestic violence hotline to confirm your plans, and they may tell you additional information I have missed. Story number 3. My girlfriend, 27F, leaked my 22M private photos just because I stopped giving her my debit card. I'm 22M and my girlfriend is 27F. We've been together for 2 years. In the beginning, it was honestly great. We met at the gym, exchanged numbers, started talking every day, and pretty soon we were going on dates all the time. I paid for most of them since I had a part-time job that covered my bills and left me a bit extra. At first, it was just dinner dates and movie tickets. Then slowly, she started ordering protein powders and supplements using my card. I didn't say anything because I thought, she's my girlfriend. I don't mind helping her out. Then it turned into her paying her gym membership with my money. Then came the shopping sprees. She'd use my Fizz card at H&M, Zara, Sephora, sometimes spending $200 in a single visit and ordering random stuff online every week like it was nothing. I kept telling myself it wasn't worth a fight, but it started adding up. So last week, I finally told her I wasn't comfortable with her using my card anymore. She got quiet, then looked me dead in the eye and said, "If you don't let me use it, I'll leak your private photos." I thought she was joking. I honestly couldn't believe she would go that far. But when I stood my ground and refused, she actually did it. She really went through with it. Now my private pictures are out there. I trusted her more than anyone. I don't even know where to start. Do I try to get the pics taken down? I can't believe this is my life right now. TLDR, girlfriend 27F of 2 years kept using my debit card for everything from supplements to expensive shopping. When I finally told her no, she threatened to leak my private photos. I didn't believe her, but she actually did it. Now they're out there and I have no idea what to do next. Story number 4. My boyfriend, 37M, and I, 30F, he didn't buy ice cream for my daughter. I broke up. Am I being fair? My boyfriend, 32 kids, and me, 30F, with 1 kid. Whenever he comes to my home, he buys dinner and desserts for me and my kid many times. Yesterday, we visited his house and went golfing and to the fair with his kids and mine. Around 8:30 p.m., I went to take a bath, and meanwhile, he ordered ice cream for his kids, not mine, even though he knew my daughter was there. When she went over to him and asked if she could have some, he said no, he didn't buy for her. Today, she told me he didn't give her the ice cream. I asked him why he didn't buy one for her. I told him, if she was your own daughter, you would do that, right? I said, you didn't need to buy one for my kid, but if you gave me a heads up, I would have ordered it for her. He said he promised his kids that he would buy them ice cream and claimed he quickly ordered only 2 before the store closed. I asked him again if she was his kid, would he do that? He said I wasn't making sense because he always buys when he is at my place. I broke up with him because my daughter's father passed away, and if he were alive, he would never do that to his daughter in any situation. Am I being fair? I started dating 4 years after my husband passed, only because I wanted to give my daughter a fatherly figure in her life. But this really hurt me. I'm feeling like she had to go through this because of me. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more incredible Reddit tales. Share your thoughts or your own experiences in the comments below. I love hearing from you all. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring those amazing stories.